Hi there. Okay, so what I'm doing today is a baby's first Christmas ornament. This is one that I designed for the friend of one of my daughters a few years ago. It's going to look like a basket of flowers. It's really cute. So let's get started. I'm going to have to do a little substitution on it. On the original ornament, I used these really cute pink beads here, but I don't have enough of them to redo it today, so I'm going to be substituting these pale pink beads in the project, and we'll see how it comes out. It should come out fine. So I'm starting with roughly 7.5 feet of waxed beading thread, and my needle size is most likely a 10. And the seed beads that I'm using are all 11 O's. These are from my stash, so I've had these beads for a long time, so telling you the brand and stuff wouldn't really help you terribly much. The color tones are lavender and lilac, and that's a metallic pink, and these are pale pink. You know, feel free to substitute whatever bead brands that you prefer, and in whatever color palette you actually prefer to do this in. So there's going to be 9 sections coming down off the ornament with the beads in it. So the way I set that up is I start with the band around the top of the ornament. And it's a series of, it'll be 3 of the lavender beads and 1 of the hot pink, well, the pink metallics, and you continue until you've got a full set of 9 of the 3 lavenders and 9 of the pinks. So we're going to fast forward through this section so you don't have to be terribly bored with my stringing my beads. Okay, so these are my 9 sets of 3 in 1. So I'm going to actually create my loop, because these are going to go around the top of the ornament like that. Okay, so I'm just going to close the loop by going back through all the beads . Alright, so this creates the loop that all the other beads are going to be orienting off of. Alright, and to close this, I actually just tie a knot. And I'm just going to do a bit of a surgeon's knot here. Later on, this tail, I will bury it inside this collar right here that we're creating at the top of the ornament. Okay, don't worry too much about that gap right there, because that's going to get closed up as we start adding the layers of beads. Just layers of beads will push things back around. All right. So then from my knot, I travel through 3 of the purple beads and through the pink bead, and now I'm going to start adding the next row of beads on, and it's going to be a sequence of 3 purples, 1 pink, and 3 purples, and basically we're going to go through the next pink bead in the collar. And what this is going to do is it's going to create this little V shape here. And that's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going around the ornament, adding more and more little V shapes all the way around, one row at a time, and each time the V is going to get a little bit larger, and it's going to be really cute when we get to the end. So we're going to fast forward again here, and you'll be able to see me adding the 3, 1, and 3 for the purple and the pink bead to complete the collar on this little ornament. Okay, and here's the last of the sections for the collars, the collar beads on the ornament. And as you can see, doing the stitches and creating the space created by the stitches to add these beads caused that little gap that we previously had to close up. So that was not a problem. So now we're going to step down to the next row, and the way we do that is we go through the 3 beads, the 3 lavenders, and the 1 pink bead in the first little triangle piece on your collar next to where you finished at. And this is how we step down to get to the next row. Alright, so the next row is going to start incorporating the pink beads. It's going to be the same sequence as what we just did. And so it's going to be three of the pale pink beads, one of the metallic pink beads, and then 3 more of our pale pink beads. And we're just going to go from this pink bead to this pink bead over here. Just going to lace right through it. And so that sequence will just lay right there. Okay, so now I'm going to continue to do this. 3 pale pinks metallic pink and 3 more pale pinks, going through each of the metallic pink beads at the tip of the triangles coming off the collar at the top of the ornament. Alright, and this is the last section of the second row. And usually before I go to the next step, I like to make sure I'm not going to be losing any tension on my beads, so I usually take the time to just add a knot right here where the thread comes out of the pink bead. And that just helps keep the thread secure. So as you're working it, you don't have to worry about the sections above coming loose. So then you go down the 3 beads, the 3 pink beads, and the metallic pink bead to come out to step down for the next round of beading. Okay, so the next row is actually where we start adding our flowers, and for this I'm going to actually be using 3 colors, so I like to actually have all the beads I'm using in a section in the same dish, just so I can pick them up easily. So for this one, it's starting the top portion of our little flowers that are going to appear. It's going to take a few more rows for you to actually be able to see them really clearly. So this time it's going to be another 3 of the pale pink beads, and we're going to do 1 purple, then the pink metallic, and the purple again, and 3 of the pale pinks. And we're going to thread them through the metallic pink, hanging down from the next section. So you can see the effect it's starting to give here. You've got the pale pinks, and you've got this little lavender poking up right there on either side of the bright pink, the metallic pink. And like I said, it's going to take a couple rows before you actually really see the flowers starting to appear. But this is the very top of the first bit of the flowers. So now I'm going to fast forward again, and so the sequence, it's fast forward again to complete this round. So the sequence is 3 pale pinks, the purple, the metallic pink, the purple, and 3 more pale pinks. Again, and each time I add the beads, I adjust them, basically roll them down into position. And now I'm going to tie another knot to secure the row we just did. So it's just a simple knot that just embeds right between those two beads. And now we're going to go through the 3 pinks, the lavender, and the metallic pink. To come out at the tip of this sequence again. Now we're going to do the next row. The next row is going to have the other part of the flower on it. Okay, so the next part of the flower is going to have two of the lavender beads, 3 pink beads, the metallic pink bead, and 3 more of the pale pink beads, and 2 lavenders. So that's the sequence. Sorry, that's the sequence. So you've got 2 lavenders, 3 pale pinks, 1 metallic pink, 3 pale pinks, and 2 lavenders. And so each time we're going to be going through the metallic pink bead at the center of the loop created from the prior row. Now you can see where it's starting to come out to where you see that there's the flowers. And so this is the last section for this row. I like to roll the beads into position and pull the thread a little bit tight and add a knot here before we go on to do the next row. Alright, so then we're going to draw our needle down through the 2 lavenders, the 3 whites, and the metallic pink bead to come out the other side. And that's how we step down for the next row. So you can see how the little flowers are starting to appear there in the basket. So this row we're going to have 5 pale pinks, lavender, metallic pink, lavender, and then 5 more pale pinks. And as you can tell that with each row as soon as we've gotten past the first 3 rows, each row we've been adding another bead to this section, and that's to accommodate for the curve of the ornament. It's getting rounder, so we need to make our little strands a little bit longer so it looks okay by the time we're done. Alright, so again, we're going to have 5 pale pinks, one lavender, one metallic pink, one lavender, and 5 pale pinks. And again, we're going through the metallic bead at the tip of the prior rows section. Okay, and we're gonna fast forward again here for you while I do the rest of the sections on this row. Okay, so that's that row complete, and we're going to tie a knot to secure it. And then we're going to go down through the 5 pale pink beads, the lavender bead, and the metallic pink to come out at the tip again. Okay, so the next row is going to be 1 lavender and 4 pale pinks and another lavender and the metallic pink and a lavender, 4 pale pinks and a lavender. And this will be the last row with the pale pinks. What this is going to do is it's going to complete the flowers in our basket. So by now you should be able to start seeing the flowers. So They're here and they're here. So they're at each of these intersections, and they'll be at each of these intersections, and this final little intersection right here will be right where the flowers interact with the top of the basket portion, and that's going to be next. So now we're going to fast forward again so I can finish this row, and you can see how the flower effect is coming out. It's subtle, it's not really an in-your-face sort of pattern. Okay, well, now I'm going to do a little tug on each of these sections to see if there's any slack in them that I need to pull out so I don't wind up with excessive gaps at the end. So that seems to be okay. And now I'm going to tie another knot just to secure the thread so it doesn't give us any undue slack. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to go through the lavender, the four pale pinks, the lavender, and the metallic pink to come out at the tip of the metallic pink again for stepping down for the next row. And here is when we're going to start changing from the flower portion of the basket to the basket portion of our basket. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to combine these beads in the same dish, makes it easier for stringing them as we go. There we go. So now we're using the purple and the metallic pink beads, and for here it's going to be 6 of our purple beads, one of the pink metallic, and then 6 more of the purple beads. So 6 purple, 1 pink metallic, and 6 purple. And now we're going to fast forward through this. So it's just going to be the 6 purple, the pink metallic, and 6 purple. Alright, here's the last section for this row. And again, I'm going to go around to each section of the row and give it a little tug to see if there's any slack that needs to get pulled out, and there's some right there. There we go. That tightens it up a bit, and now we're going to do another knot just so it doesn't come loose again. go. And again, to step down to the next level, I'm going to go through the 6 purple beads and the 1 metallic pink bead to come out at the tip again. We always work it to where we're coming out at whatever bead we've left in this position. This is the tip, the point of the section, so it always come out there. Alright, and this is the point where we're going to start stepping back our beads, our number of beads that we're using. So the next row is going to be 5 of the purple beads. Yeah, 5 purples, the 1 metallic pink, and then 5 purples. So the our strands are going to start getting shorter because we're coming up on the bottom side of the ornament. We're needing to get tighter around the bottom. And if you've beaded ornaments before or are going to do this one, you'll notice that every ornament, no matter how many are in the box, they're all uniquely sized. No 2 ornaments are exactly the same size. So when we get down to the bottom part to start going smaller with our bead counts to make things tighter, it's not going to be not 100% consistent with the first ornament I made, because this ornament seems like it's slightly smaller, although it came from the same box. Okay, so you could see how this smaller count is going to start pulling things in towards, well, it should be fitting the shape of our ornament. So again, we're stepping down our size for our sections to help fit with the contour of the lower portion of the ornament. So it's, the sequence is 515, purple, metallic pink, and purple. So now we're going to fast forward through to the end of this section. And again, I'm going to go around, see if there's any excess slack in any of these sections that need to be pulled forward and gotten rid of. And as usual, there's a little bit. There we go. Should be fine. And we're going to tie another knot. Without wrapping the thread around the entire bead. There we go. And again, we're going to step down by going through all the purple beads on this side, the 5 and the 1 pink metallic to come out at the tip. And as you can see, we're starting to get, we are getting close to the end of the ornament ball. So this is, like I said, this is a bit of the tricky part. So previously we'd stepped down from 6 to 5, and this time we're going to go ahead and step down to 4 and see where that gets us. And I'm sure we'll have a step down to 3 as well. And at that point, we're going to start needing to close this up really tight. So now we're going to do 4 of the purple, 1 of the pink metallic, and 4 more purple for each section on this new row that we've started. We're going through the center pink metallic bead for the section from the row above. Alright, and as usual, we're going to fast forward through here so we can get to the other side of this quicker for you. Alright, this is our last section for this part of the step down. And again, we're going to go back and give it a little tug to all the previous little sections on this row to see if there's any slack that needs to get pulled out. There. And we're going to tie a knot. Just so everything stays secure. It doesn't get all wonky on us. And we do still have our tail. It's been following us through the whole piece. There it is. We'll take care of that here in just a little bit. So now we're going to step down again, coming through the 4 purple beads and through the metallic pink. And then this one is going to be a sequence of 3 purple beads, 1 of the metallic pinks, and 3 more purples. And then we will assess where things look to decide where to go from there in terms of tightening this up and closing it. And again, I'm going to go around and pull on each segment to see if there's any slack that needs to be pulled out. And there was. Okay, and we're going to tie another knot. All right, so now comes the fun part. Not that all of this hasn't been fun, it's all been fun. This is the challenging part, is closing up the bottom of the ornament. And I think what we're going to do here, so I'm going to see how 4 beads look. And I think that's going to do it. So we're going to do 4 beads between each of 4 purple beads between each of the metallic pinks, and that's going to finish us off. So let's just keep going around and getting our 4 beads in each section. Alright, and that's it. We're pulling it tight. It's closing up our beads nicely. We're going to tie another knot here to hold it all together. And there we go. Cute little basket ornament. And now what we're going to do is we're going to just bury our thread. And I just sew it through just a short distance. And somewhere I have scissors. There we go. Scissors. And then just snip it off close. Now we're going to deal with the tail that we left at the other end. So we're just going to embed it down through some of these beads here. That should be far enough. Just snip that off. And there we go. Our lovely little baby's first Christmas ornament in purples. And it's a flower basket. So you see our little flowers up here in the pale pink section, and our basket is the lower section with the purple. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you enjoy making one of your own, and I had a lot of fun. Alright, so thank you. Please subscribe, like us, visit the Etsy page, and we'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.